Okay, let's talk about the triangle sum theorem. So the interior angles, those are the angles on the inside. In this picture, I only have interior angles drawn. The sum, when I add them all together, of the interior angles of any triangle is 180. So if I take the measurement of angle 1, and I add the measurement of angle 2, and I add the measurement of angle 3, I get 180 degrees. And this is true no matter what type of triangle I have. So let's look at how we might use that in problem solving. Okay, I mentioned when classifying triangles that if you have two angles, that's not enough really to make your angle classification. You want to know all three. So this might be a time where you would want to use this theorem. So if I need to find the measurement of angle M, okay, what I know is that when I add these three angles, 35 plus M plus 81, I will get 180. Now a lot of students actually, once they get comfortable with these, they end up doing this without an actual equation. They get their calculators out. If you look at how you do it as an equation, you're going to add your like terms. So you're going to do 81 plus 35, and you get 116. And when you add that to the third angle, you're going to get 180. So what you would do to finish solving this is you're going to subtract your constant term from both sides. So essentially you're subtracting the two that you have to find out what's that last missing angle. So 180 minus 116, 64. Okay, it's very easy to check it. You just take your calculator, you add the three angles back together, 81 plus 35 plus 64, and you should get 180 when you add those back together. Okay? Alright, the second example is another case where you definitely want to use an equation. Okay, now common mistake I see with this type of question is that students just see these two and those are the two they add, but don't forget it's all three angles, and this one has the symbol but give it a number so you don't leave that one out. Okay, so I've got 5x plus 12 plus 90 plus 7x equals 180. I like to add my like terms, so I've got 5x and 7x is 12x, and 90 plus 12 is 102. Okay, I'm going to subtract 102 from both sides. Whoops, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, now my equal sign, so that should be 78. I'm just going to double check all the math I've done so far here. Okay, yeah, all that math looks good. Alright, so I have 12x equals 78. And then I'm going to divide by 12. And, I was kind of thinking ahead here, so I was checking on my math, because just like you guys, I don't like when I get a decimal. So I was seeing that this was going to be decimal, and I was a little uncomfortable. But all my math looks good. Now, especially when I get a decimal, but really I always do this. The directions said find the value of the variable, so they just want x. But no matter what, I like to go back and substitute that into my angles and make sure that these in fact do add up to 180. It doesn't take very long, and it makes sure that my math is right. So, we don't like to get those ugly decimals, so let's make sure that's right. 5 times 6.5 plus 12. Okay, that's going to give me 44.5. And you can use your store key if you like. So this angle is 44.5. 7 times 6.5 gives me 45.5. And when I add 90 to that, is that going to give me 180? So let's see, I've got 44.5 plus 45.5 plus 90. And yeah, even though this was really ugly, the answer looked ugly, it was in fact correct. I got 180 degrees, so that must be my correct answer. Okay? Now you can go try some practice.